Today, I just wanted to talk about something kind of interesting, I think, anyway. This is Maggie, if you can see her, and BMB, my dogs, who obviously want to interrupt my video, but that's okay. I'll walk away from them. I'm sure you've all talked to somebody who said something to the effect of, if there were 100 people in the room, I would attract the one that is the adulterer. I would attract the one that is the liar. I would attract the one that is the alcoholic. Whatever the case may be. Or maybe you're that person. You feel like it doesn't matter what you do, how much work you do on yourself. Just when you think you're okay, you get into another friendship, another relationship, and boom, there it is. Just when you think you've got it all together, you are once again attracted to the worst case scenario, right? And by the time you're in it, it's too late to do anything about it. It hurt without any hurt or without any pain to that person or to yourself. Why does this happen? Why do we keep repeating patterns? Well, there's a couple reasons why we keep repeating patterns. One could be that we just aren't getting it. We're not seeing a pattern, and we haven't done that emotional work yet. Another could be it is an actual soul wound. It's in our auric field. And the way that we take care of that is to heal the soul wounds. And by healing the soul wounds, it's a simple process, but it can be difficult. It can bring things up, feelings up that you thought were gone. And as I've said in other videos, it's basically just with energy visualization, affirmations. Affirmations alone are good, but affirmations with other work with them in conjunction with them is what works better. So if you can do some deep breathing, like to lift up my energy, lift it up, lift up the frequency, bring the vibration up, and then bring down protection. As you're bringing down the protection, envision those wounds and ask spirit to show them to you. Show me where the wounds are. You don't have to see what they are, just see where they are or feel where they are or however you get things. And then bring that healing energy over them and believe it. Believe that God wants to heal you. So bring that healing energy down over them. After that, say some nice affirmations. I am a child of the Most High God. I am worthy. Another thing we get caught up in, I think, is speaking in negative. So even if we're trying to say a positive, we speak in a negative. Like, I don't want to attract that person into my life. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be poor. Whatever it is, if you're speaking in a negative, what you're telling the universe is a negative, and then that word. So I don't want to be sick. What the universe hears is don't and sick. So a negative always brings about exactly what you don't want. So instead of speaking in a negative, remember how powerful your tongue is. Our tongue might be small, but it is very powerful. So we have to watch what we say. Not only do we want to not put out negative ideas like I'm always broke, I'm always in a bad relationship, blah, blah, blah. We also don't want to put out any negatives. We won't. So what we want to say is something to the effect of, I am healthy, I am filled with health, every organ in my body is working at its highest capacity, I am living at my highest frequency, those sorts of things. And it might seem foolish to you at first, it's just words, but you know what? Words are extremely powerful. Thought is powerful, words are even more powerful. So if you find yourself, speaking of that, if you find yourself thinking a negative thought, if you pay attention to your thoughts, if you can actually step back almost like a third party, just like an observer, and pay attention to your thoughts, every time you catch yourself in a negative thought, capture it by speaking a positive word, and you're going to stop that thought, and then you can capture it and you can kind of retrain with affirmations. So you want to have affirmations on hand, affirmations that resonate with you so that you can recall them quickly and easily, no matter where you are. Another thing is, so you want to speak positive. You want to eliminate any negatives as much as possible in your talk. Your thoughts are powerful, your words are even more powerful. Okay. Another thing, really kind of silly, but again, it goes back to words, is say something like this, and I know this works. You're probably going to laugh and think it's crazy, but I know it works. It works for myself when I remember to do it, and it works for other people that I've shown it to. So even if you're having one of those days where just everything is going wrong, even in your frustration, instead of saying a negative like we almost automatically do, try saying this: how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Say that several times. Say it 100 times a day. Within a matter of hours, you're going to see a change. You're going to see a shift, because the universe is going to show you, how does it get any better than this? Okay, so try that simple little thing, but try it. Another thing is, instead of saying why when something bad happens, because we're all going to deal with things that happen. We live in a fallen world. Tragedies happen. No matter how high your vibration is, I really get upset with these gurus or these prosperity gospel preachers that say, oh yeah, just do this and everything will be great. No matter what you're doing, we live in a fallen world. So there are going to be instances where negative things happen. So we have to bring it back to the positive. Find gratefulness in every situation. Find something to be grateful for. Live in forgiveness. Live in love. Live at a higher vibration. And how do you do that? You do that by keeping your soul wounds healed and at bay. You do that by speaking positive words. You do that by affirmations. You do that by envisioning. You do that by faith and believing. Believe. You have to believe. You have to believe that you're worthy. You have to get rid of those negative thoughts, because it's that enemy in your ear that's going to try to make you believe you're not. You have to live by faith that God can do whatever he says he can do, and that he loves you enough to do it. And then also gratitude and forgiveness. Forgiveness is big. Gratitude is big. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And then when you're in a negative situation, if unfortunately that comes about, instead of saying why, which is what we tend to do, say, what's next? What's next? Where do you want me to be? What is the best for my highest potential? What is the best for me to be able to help others around me, or for me to meet the person who's supposed to meet me, who's supposed to help me? Because as I've said before, every good gift is from God. We know that. But God often wraps his gifts in people. So you may be in a negative situation because you're there to gift someone else, but you may also be there because that's where the person who is going to gift you is. That's another thing. Live in forgiveness, gratitude. You have to live in forgiveness, because if you don't, you're calling back to you negative. Don't allow somebody that's hurt you in the past to continue to hurt you by living in unforgiveness or resentfulness or wanting vengeance or anything like that, because you're just allowing that person to hurt you again. Live in forgiveness and gratitude. Keep doing your soul cleansing. Speak positive. How does it get any better than this? And where do you want me next? Try those things, and I'm telling you, in a matter of hours, your life will start to shift. You'll find peace when there's chaos. You'll find love when there's resentment. I'm telling you, it works. All right, you guys, have a great day.